We can make many mistakes with dragon magic. Dragon magic is, yeah. Can everyone use dragon magic? That is actually what I was wondering. What I could understand from all of my experiments in my early years as a dragon witch, I was experimenting so many times, but every time when I wanted to do dragon magic, things happened. I mean, it was real. It was not something that I should believe, because something what that if I was doing something for the dragon in dragon magic, in dragon witchcraft, everything worked. Dragon magic is real. I opened up realms. I opened up gates. Whenever I did dragon magic or dragon manipulation or dragon witchcraft, every time something happened, and every time I was able to reach out for the dragon, and that is actually something very interesting, because I came from atheism, and whenever the dragon came to me, I wanted to reach out for the dragon, and in order to do so, I needed to do dragon magic, dragon manipulation, and dragon witchcraft in order to reach out for the dragon still. And every time when I was doing it, I was succeeding, but I made mistakes. I made a lot of mistakes, and these mistakes are unforgivable, because you are, for example, opening gates to the wrong realms. I did this many times opened up to the wrong realms. And how can you prevent it? Well, in the early years, you cannot prevent it. For example, I was reaching out for the dragon, but I was actually reaching out in a different realm to a spirit that was pretending to be like the dragon, to be a false dragon, and in this case asking me to give them energy. And so I was fooled by this. This was in fact something that can happen to all of us. I mean, the dragon magic in itself doesn't have a magic book, and to each and every one of us, dragon magic and dragon witchcraft or dragon manipulation is all different for each and every one of us, because dragon magic needs to be happened with the most sincere thoughts, sincere thoughts for the dragon, because when you are doing this, of course, not everyone can use dragon magic, simply because of this, of your connection with the dragons. What is your connection with the dragons? How your mindset is, and only with the correct mindset, with the correct connection with the dragon, with your intentions, and whatever you are doing, it has to be perfect to fit the keyhole, because this is the safety for the dragons, so that no one else can even use it, that has no business with this. And that is what I don't want. This is one of my main rules, so that I do for myself, that is not to play around with dragon magic, not to say, of course, everything that the dragon is giving me, I will do it with the utmost respect for them, with all of my respect for them. Whatever they are giving me, it's all, I can see it all as divine gifts that they are giving us, nothing less than that. So I will use it with the utmost respect, and so should we all, to respect all of what the dragon is giving us, because what the dragon is giving us is all to reach out for them, nothing else. Don't see it as much more than that. I mean, if you don't see that this is actually the most beautiful gift, if you want more than that, then it's not the right mindset. You don't fit the keyhole with your key, when you don't have that. And that is why I was wondering if I can achieve so many things, I can prove to the world that this exists. If I can do this, but why should I do this? I shouldn't even do this. Why should I do this? This is something that you need to find out for yourself. With all of what I did, of all of what I achieved, all of what happened, it's of course everything that I did was with results. Every time, especially in the first couple of years, I was so inside of the dragon's path, not knowing about you all, that you are all also in the dragon's path. I was in the beginning that I was going insane, I was going crazy to do all of these things. I was becoming and growing as a witch, as a dragon witch. And I was using all of what the dragon is giving me with the utmost respect, and so should we all. So keep that in mind. Whenever you are doing something for the dragon, your dragon, it has to come from your heart. Everything comes from your heart. You have to fit the key perfect, but you don't force it. You cannot force it. I mean, when you are trying to force yourself, also the key will not work. It will not have the same shape as it should have. So can everyone use dragon magic? Well, if you can shape the key in the most perfect way, then yes. But that is just it. The dragons don't let everyone in. You have to shape your own key. Whenever you are ready to open their gate, whenever you are ready for this, they will know. But of course, like I said, you can make mistakes, a lot of mistakes. And for example, I was reaching out for the dragon, and I was reaching out for a false dragon, and I was also opening gates to the void, even to the void. I had the help of Leviathan to close it up, because in my house, in Brussels somewhere, excuse me, in my house, I opened so many portals, so many gates. It was a haunted house, really haunted. The beings that I unleashed over there, I mean, all of them. That is how perfectly shaped your key has to be. Just a little bit more, a little bit of forcing, a little bit of a mistake, and so you open a different realm. So that is also why I sometimes don't listen to the dragon by my side. I want to do my own thing, and sometimes I force it, and sometimes I open wrong gates. And whatever comes out of it, just like nature, dragon magic can sometimes even be unforgivable if your mind is not on the dragon, if your mindset is not correct, if you are forcing yourself. Things like this. Whenever you are doing dragon magic, you have to be ready for it. You have to be, dragon witchcraft in this case. Magic sometimes happens without us knowing it, but it's if you want to do witchcraft and reach out for them, so this has to be the perfect shaped key. Dragon magic in itself cannot be used by everyone simply because of this. And of course you cannot come together because we all have a different type of key. We all have a different shaped key, because all of our spirits, all of who we are, it's all going to be different. And there is no magic book, of course. No one wrote a magic book, because that is simply impossible to write a magic book with the perfect words, because the dragon wants to hear you and your words. Your words alone are of importance. Your words need to be heard out for your dragon. So in my old house, I couldn't sleep anymore in my room, wherever I did all of these rituals. And after a while, I couldn't even sleep in that house anymore. So I sold it to a man. This is what really happened, to a man. And 1 year later, I said, how is he? When I returned to Brussels, how is he? Oh, he died. He died, I said. He died. I immediately felt sorry. I said, how did he die? Disease. He had a disease. But I felt bad. I really felt bad. Was it my fault? I don't know. But in fact, I was glad that I was get out of that house. That is how... I don't want to scare you or something like this, but if you are, that is how perfectly shaped dragon witchcraft or dragon magic can be. Sometimes it happens without us knowing it, because we are having our mind on the dragon, and the dragon in itself, and that is also what lives inside of you. Inside of you lives an energy. So sometimes when you use your mind and you have a very strong willpower, something can happen. Something might happen, because that is what you are as well. Sometimes the dragon doesn't need to open their mouth so let the magic happen. Sometimes it happens with us as well. But in fact, when you are trying to do dragon witchcraft, you are trying to let the magic work, and so are using tools and things like this. But sometimes when you force yourself, it just can happen badly. Something can happen badly. But if you reach out for your dragon, the dragon in itself, and the dragon is trying to reach out for you, nothing can happen. Nothing bad can happen. Of course, I wanted to experiment with how can I say it? I wanted to experiment with the supernatural. I wanted to know how far I could go, and that is not what you should do. You should just reach out for your dragon and nothing more, because I made the mistake to reach out for more, and that is not what I should do, what you should do. We only should reach out for our dragons. Of course you can make mistakes, but your dragons are there to help you. Even your gods are there to help you. I mean, once I opened the gate to the void inside of my room, it was Leviathan who closed it up again. Because of my mistake, he actually said, no, this is not meant to open up. I mean, I was reaching out for the dragon realm, but I was not going far enough. So I was still in this dark tunnel, not seeing the light. And so I opened it up there. So big mistake. So you can make mistakes, and that is just it, of course. We are not a right-hand spirituality, we are a left-hand spirituality, where everything needs to be written down again. So if you have an empty book, whatever is happening to you, just write it down, or your book of dragon shadows, because this is going to be the only book that is going to help you later on in your path, so that you can remember what is happening, or what happened, in fact. So the only teacher that you can have is you and your dragon. That is the only thing that you should care about in this entire spirituality. It's about you and your dragon, and nothing else matters.